I would agree with that. And that makes me wonder, like, as soon as it's over, do you start thinking about Unforgiven, or did you already have Unforgiven and the Inferno match in mind before WrestleMania?
We probably didn't until afterwards. We think we wanted to see how it went. Yeah.
The idea here is we're going to surround the ring in fire, and we're going to call it an Inferno match. And I've read that this was actually created in Puerto Rico like years prior, and it was a crazy spectacle. I've actually seen tape of them trying this over in Japan with Onita, the Sheik, and Sabu. And boy, it was horrible. Those guys could not breathe. They had to get out of there as quickly as they could. When you had the idea, was your inspiration like movies or comic books or something like that, or was it what you'd seen in Puerto Rico and Japan? But like,
I've
hey,
never seen anything in Puerto Rico. I've seen the bullshit in Japan and
yeah,
knew that couldn't work.
right.
That was horrible. And the idea was pitched. It's like, okay, well, how do we do that? And then we got everybody on the phone. It's like, we want to surround you. You can't do fire on the ropes. You're going to burn the ropes. They're ropes.
That's right. Right.
Okay. And it's just dangerous as hell. How can you do an inferno match safely? Which is how this apparatus came to be, that you surround the ring
The two.
with these long, just flamethrower basically things. It was kind of like a giant gas stove.
Mm.
And you had propane being fed in, so you had a long ass propane pipe that attached to this thing, and the controls were at ringside, so you could raise the flames, lower the flames, and things of that nature. And when we originally talked about it, it's like, what if, we surrounded the ring with fire? Okay, great. Can we do it? Oh, we'll figure it out. Got to be a way.
We'll figure it out.
It's how most of that shit starts. So we figured it out. They showed it to us and all this stuff. Okay. Well, then the stipulation that the only way to win is to catch your opponent on fire. Well, we're thinking, okay, that's easy, because Kane's fully covered for the most part, and we can catch him on fire, and he can lose without having to lose. Okay, how do you do that? Now, when the people are explaining to you how to do this shit, you're going, okay, cool, that works. But then when you get there the night before, they go, okay, well, they got to go over here to do this, to get this prep done. And whoa, we're in the middle of a fucking match here. In the middle of a match, you can't just go to fucking props and get fitted for a fire suit. Well, that's the only way to do it. So some asshole says, well, what if?
Oh, gosh.
What if we did all that shit before the match and they wrestle in it? And then at that point, all we got to do is just somehow get the outside done, and then boom, get them on fire. All right, well, I guess you could do that. And it's like, well, is it safe? Well, there's a good chance that, maybe some of that stuff will evaporate, because are they going to get burned? Well, they could. Like, well, fuck. Anybody could. People in the front row could get burned. But yeah, we rolled the dice and we rehearsed it and knew that we had, so much time before that shit, before it was no longer safe. And we were under it and we got it in there. And set Kane on fire.
Do I have it right that it was Gerald Briscoe who was at ringside
Yeah.
as the bumps are happening, adjusting the flames
Yeah.
here and there?
And when that was just something that happened. So Jerry was there, so want somebody we could trust and shit. And we found that when they would take bumps, he started hitting the thing. And it was like, hey, that's cool. Do that on every bump. And so he did. He controlled it. Every time they take a bump, he would do it. But he was just messing around at first, seeing, okay, they take a bump. And that's cool. Yeah, do that again.
It's my understanding that there was, in theory, an idea to have some sort of a walkthrough the night before. And as crazy as this sounds, from what I understand, that walkthrough never happened. I think Kane and Paul Bearer were making an appearance somewhere. There was a car service that was supposed to bring them there. The car service took them the wrong way. So they don't wind up having an opportunity to do this walkthrough. I just want everyone to appreciate that meant Glenn Jacobs went into this match having not walked through it the day before. Just wake up and go to work, and they're going to set me on fire today. Quite a commitment from Mr. Jacobs here.
No, they made it. They did make it work. No, they made it that night. We sat there and waited for him all night long. The guy did go the wrong way, whole 9 yards, and but they eventually made it.
You mentioned earlier, our Mr. Wizard moment of the show. That fire loves oxygen. I've been able to see and read and hear interviews from guys who were
really it does.
That with every bump they would take, they're gasping for air because they're trying to wrestle a match.
Oh yeah.
Now they're competing with the fire, so there's actually less oxygen in the ring. This is a much tougher. It's more than just it's warm in the corner. It's more than that, right?
Oh no, it wasn't warm in the corner. It was fucking hot. It was brutal. It was absolutely brutal. Go build a bonfire on the beach and just go stand next to it. And imagine being surrounded by that heat all the way around. You go, oh, well, flames weren't that big. Yeah, okay, go try it. Go build a 20 by 20 fire and stand in the middle of it. Tell me how easy it is. Because you cannot breathe, you cannot catch your breath, and the heat is ungodly. Oh my God. And of course, want to go in and I want to feel it. It's like, okay, I felt it. Oh, no. You're going to feel it, mother. And so, yeah, I was kept in there a little longer than I wanted to. But yeah, it's tough. It was very tough to breathe. And I'm not sure that, no, I'm very sure none of that was taken into consideration, but that wasn't a concern that was brought up until you're actually in it. Because you're thinking, okay, it's around the ring, so it's not in, but it was right on it. And when the wall of flames go up, man, that's just pure unadulterated heat. And very, very difficult to breathe in.